Have you ever bitten into a Snickers bar and felt that explosion of flavors and textures, the velvety milk chocolate melting in your mouth, the sticky sweet pull of caramel, the satisfying crunch of roasted peanuts, and the soft, chewy nougat that ties it all together, and wondered, how do they make something this perfect? For almost a century, Snickers has been more than just a candy bar. It's been a small but powerful symbol of comfort, joy, and just like its famous slogan, pure satisfaction. It's a treat that sparks smiles on Halloween night, fuels late-night study sessions, and gives millions of people that much-needed pick-me-up during their busiest days. But behind every bite is an extraordinary story, one that begins not with chocolate, but with a horse. Back in 1930, Frank C. Mars, the founder of Mars Inc., decided to name his new candy bar after the family's beloved horse, Snickers. The quirky choice would go on to become one of the most recognizable names in confectionery history. Since then, Snickers hasn't just dominated store shelves, it's conquered hearts worldwide, earning the title of America's best-selling chocolate bar. And while we've all unwrapped and devoured one without thinking twice, very few people know the intricate, high-tech, and surprisingly precise journey each Snickers bar takes before it lands in your hands. Today, we're stepping inside the Snickers production processor, mouth-watering adventure that starts with a cocoa bean and ends with that iconic chocolate-coated masterpiece. The story begins in Chicago, Illinois, at the massive USA facility, a division of Mars. This isn't just any chocolate factory, it's the beating heart of Snickers production, responsible for crafting 45% of all Snickers bars sold in the United States. The rest are produced in a network of factories across the country. But this Chicago plant is a giant in every sense. Spanning a staggering 600,000 square feet, it's a place where the machines never stop, the lines never slow, and millions of bars roll off the belts every single day to keep up with the world's insatiable demand. The magic starts with chocolate. But not just any chocolate. Snickers uses a custom formula with a higher cocoa butter and lesser thin content, which means it won't melt in your hands but will instantly dissolve into pure bliss the moment it hits your tongue. The journey begins with sacks of premium cacao beans, each weighing about 110 pounds, arriving from trusted suppliers. The beans are poured onto a specialized floor system that guides them into roasting chambers. Two different roasting systems fine-tune the flavor of the beans to match each batch's needs. Once roasted, quality control steps in. Experts slice beans in half to check their interior color and aroma. A purplish hue means incomplete fermentation, but a deep brown color with a rich smell means they're ready for greatness. The roasted beans head to grinders, where steel blades crack them open, separating the flavorful nibs from the outer husks. Air vacuums whisk away the husks, leaving only pure cacao solids. Then, in a ball mill, thousands of tiny steel balls smash into the nibs over and over, transforming them into a silky liquid. Cocoa butter is pressed out from part of this mixture and set aside for later. Sugar and milk are added, blending together into a creamy mix before going through multiple refining machines, each one spinning faster than the last, making the texture smoother and silkier. Next comes a stage that separates good chocolate from truly exceptional chocolate conking. For hours, the chocolate is stirred in massive conch machines at carefully controlled temperatures, smoothing the texture even further and developing that deep, irresistible flavor. Bitter notes evaporate, leaving a perfectly balanced taste. Then, the mixture is heated, cooled, and reheated to create the ideal cocoa butter crystal structure. This gives Snickers its signature glossy shine, perfect snap, and melt-in-your-mouth texture. Stored at 86 degrees Fahrenheit, the chocolate stays liquid and ready for its starring role as the final coating. Meanwhile, other parts of the factory are buzzing with action. In one section, massive 2,000-pound bags of raw peanuts are lifted and emptied into hoppers, traveling along oscillating conveyors into roasting ovens. At 350 degrees Fahrenheit, for exactly 20 minutes, the peanuts develop that rich, nutty flavor and perfect crunch. Elsewhere, the nougat, the chewy heart of a Snickers bar, coming to life. Corn syrup, sugar, salt, and water are heated to 290 degrees Fahrenheit before being whipped together with egg whites to create a fluffy, airy base. The temperature is brought down to 240 degrees Fahrenheit, so the nougat sets to the perfect chewiness. Then roasted peanut pieces are folded in for an extra burst of nutty goodness. The caramellophone, called the soul of a Snickers, is made just as carefully. Corn syrup, butter, condensed milk, sugar, and salt are blended and cooked at 250 degrees Fahrenheit in a vacuum cooker for 30 minutes. Vanilla and lecithin are added to boost flavor and ensure a smooth, creamy texture. Once cooled to 110 degrees Fahrenheit, it's ready to layer. Assembly is where the magic truly happens. On the conveyor belt, a thick sheet of nougat rolls forward, topped with warm caramel and freshly roasted peanuts. A massive blade scrapes the caramel peanut mixture from a drum, dropping it onto the nougat below. Pressure bars press the layers together before the giant slab enters a cooling tunnel set to 30 degrees Fahrenheit, locking everything into place. Sharp, spinning blades slice the slab into long strips. Then a guillotine-style cutter chops them into perfect 4-inch bars. Now comes the grand finale, the chocolate enrobing. The tempered milk chocolate flows into coating machines, draping each bar in a smooth, glossy layer. Vibrating mesh screens ensure even coverage and knock away air bubbles, creating a flawless surface. Before the chocolate sets, a decorating machine adds the iconic swirl patterner, subtle yet unmistakable Snickers signature. A gentle puff of air shapes each swirl, making every bar unique. The bars then glide through a final cooling tunnel, solidifying the chocolate before they're whisked into the high-speed packaging line. Wrapped in that unmistakable brown, white, and blue wrapper, each bar is sealed to lock in freshness. The machines are lightning fast, up to 2,000 bars per minute, before grouping them into cartons for shipment to stores worldwide. From there, Snickers embarks on its real mission, satisfying cravings. It's more than just chocolate, caramel, peanuts, and nougat. It's comfort in a wrapper, a quick escape from stress, and a guaranteed smile in every bite. With US sales surpassing $2 billion annually, its popularity shows no signs of slowing down. Few brands have managed to perfect their recipes so completely that they've become an untouchable icon. And so, the next time you peel back that wrapper and take a bite, you'll know you're not just enjoying a snack, you're tasting the result of decades of craftsmanship, precision engineering, and a little bit of sweet magic. Snickers isn't just made, it's crafted, perfected, and delivered to bring you that one-of-a-kind moment of satisfaction. If you've enjoyed this behind-the-scenes journey, you'll love discovering how other everyday favorites are made. Click the link in the description and pinned comment to watch our next fascinating factory tour. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss the chance to unwrap the secrets behind the world's most beloved treats. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next delicious adventure.